Ladies and gentlemen, the American Jerry and Bulldog Nation, I've got a smorgasbord of legal topics that I want to talk about, and I think some of them you're going to find interesting. And you know what? I want to be the purveyor of some law gossip. And I mean, because I get so much information. Now, I pick and I choose some law gossip, but I think people are intrigued by gossip. And as long as it's true and valid, I think some things are worthy of the gossip. Now, you've all heard, maybe or maybe not, of a tri-state lawyer named Ben Doozy. Ben Doozy recently represented Doug Evans and some other folks who got convicted over across the Big River. But Ben Doozy is famous for being a former district attorney from the federal government and then goes over and does white-collar criminal. He's jumped around from law firm to law firm. He's now in his own law firm. He's a charming guy. But you'll find this interesting. This was sent to me. There is a current lawsuit going on that is unbelievable, and I checked it out, going on in Kenton County, and it says, this is the information I got, it's Jill Baker with 2 Ks versus Ben Doozy, case number 19 CI 00560, and this is my informant gave me. Ben is on for contempt and sanctions today. That was Tuesday. Already been found in contempt twice. Him and another attorney tried to, I'll go ahead and say it, Jeff Otis, tried to bribe Ed Connor, a psychologist, to change his report for $5,000 in the custody case. Verbal, physical, and mental abuse by Ben, which he admits. Too much for a sentence, but something that you will be interested in. Wow! And my source says he's apparently currently trying a case in federal court in Manhattan. How's that for some? Now, just think about that. Bribing a psychiatrist $5,000 in a custody case. Wow. I wonder if there'll be any bar discipline for that person. All right, next. Have you ever been foreclosed on in the tri-state? I'm glad I never was. But the biggest law firm that handled that was called Lerner, Samsis, and Rothfuss. It was a lawyer factory. Lawyers that couldn't get a job or wanted an easy job would go there, and all you do all day long is foreclose on people and handle all the paper filings. All it. They've gone out of business. Now, how hysterical is it? Now, by the way, I'm not for lockdowns. But when they start putting a freeze on foreclosures and evictions, it might hurt a law firm that's all that they do. Now, they were also caught up into some serious allegations, I believe, in Florida for some serious misconduct. So maybe they're using COVID as an excuse to close their doors. I'm sure that the members of the firm, Mr. Rothfuss, they're all loaded already anyway, so they don't need the money. But pretty interesting that one of the victims of the pandemic has been the law firm that handles so many foreclosures. I mean, they're the foreclosure king in the tri-state. Shut down. Dinsmore and Shoal. I love talking about Dinsmore and Shoal. And the reason why I like talking about Dinsmore Shoal is they are the largest firm in the tri-state. Deters Law battles them every day, quite successfully, I might add, even though that Dinsmore and Shoal owns 4 members of the Ohio Supreme Court. But Dinsmore and Shoal just hired 2 managing partners from 2 other law firms. Remember what I said to you about big law firms, what's going on with monopolies? Their same thing just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And there's only a few crazy people like Deters Law that fight these bastards every single day. But get this. These guys, this is so hysterical, the double standard. They file bar complaints against Deters Law all the time. And guess what? They get defeated. Just to let you know, as I'm sitting here talking to you, there's no active Ohio bar complaint against, discipline complaint against Deters Law. None. But they try to file things. And it cracks me up. And why? Because they're trying to harass, because we kicked their ass. You know why they're mad now? There's 30 new Durrani cases against Children's Hospital that aren't part of the confidential settlement going against them. It's incredible. Not to mention the fact, the lead trial lawyer that handles the Durrani cases for us, Alan Statman, is representing Dr. Charles Melman against them. Why? Because Children's Hospital picked on him when he complained about Durrani. And Dinsmore represents Children's Hospital, filed a motion to dismiss, and the recommendation is 2 or 3 of those major claims should go forward. We'll see what the federal judge does. But it cracks me up. Dinsmore Shoal, biggest law firm in Tri-State, represent the Reds. They are the most unethical bunch of lawyers you'd ever want to meet. Opiate trial. Catch your attention. Told you I was going to have some good stuff for you. I caught this in the Wall Street Journal. Going on trial right now in West Virginia in a federal courthouse is a landmark opiate trial against McKesson Corp., AmerisourceBergen, Cardinal Health, the distributors of these opiate drugs. There's 3,000 other lawsuits. I like the forum. They're in West Virginia. One would have to think that this would turn out well. But guess what? It's a bench trial in front of a judge, not a jury. But I'll keep you posted on that. This little article, landmark opiate trial, this was in the Wall Street Journal recently. Folks, you can't make this up. Estate tax. Now, if you work your butt off building up a little eggs, don't you want to give it to your kids? They want to decrease the amount you can pass tax-free upon death from $11.7 million to $3.5 million. Folks, if you built up a small business or you own a big farm, that's going to hit you. Limiting your lifetime taxable gifts to a total of $1 million. Increasing the estate tax rate to 45% for estates of $3.5 million, 50% over $10 million. Think about that. They want to take half your estate. Think about that. You've paid income tax as you've accumulated that money and assets over time. Then they want to tax it 50% after you die. Taking it away from your kids. It's hogwash. Limiting the annual gift amount to $30,000 per donor rather than 15% per donee. That's what the Dems want to do. What else do I have for you? This is intriguing. You ought to Google this. Chevron Corporation, I thought the Durrani litigation lasted a long time, lost a case against Ecuador, $9.5 billion in damages. The case has been going on for 28 years. There's allegations that there was a bribe involved. I mean, unbelievable. But I like this quote because this sounds like something that the Dinsmore lawyers or the Durrani defense lawyers would say. We're going to fight this until hell freezes over, and then we'll fight it on the ice. Bottom line is, can you imagine that $9.5 billion battle going on for 28 years? Ecuador versus Chevron. And last but not least, I understand that there is a lot of controversy going on in the Beechwood School District system. Well, I want everybody to know that I am at your service to help anybody who wants to run against the current Beechwood school members for the controversy over their lying about giving the superintendent a pay raise in the middle of the pandemic. My only hitch that I would like to, I admit this is a total quid pro quo, which I'm allowed to do. There's legal quid pro quos. I will support you to clean up the Beechwood School District, but you got to agree to fire Jeremy Gator Deters as the Beechwood school attorney. Why would they ever hire Jeremy? Do they not know that Jeremy was the worst lawyer out of 44 by all the analytics that we did at Deters, Benzer, and Lavelle? Do they not know that? Do they not know that Jeremy's never tried a jury trial? I mean, the guy is a boob. My little brother, Gator. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.